In other notes, though, Wick, Stephen A. went on a tour saying that, you know what, if LeBron would have jumped on him, he would have swung on him.
Right.
What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I thought to myself, it kind of reminded me of you said the same foolishness when we first talked about this. You said that you and LeBron would have been hooked up.
We would have been locked up at half-court. We would have been locked up.
But
he won't let me out. I would have been locked up with LeBron. Or I would have did direct like Lex Luger. I would have had him on my shoulders right there. 6'9", 300 pounds just jiggling on my shoulders because I would have goddamn racked him.
More than likely, you probably would have been down at Grady, you know what I'm saying, getting alcohol put on your forehead and stuff. That would have been looking like Martin. Did you see Martin when he fought in the boxing match? That's probably what you
Hitman Hearn.
With Hitman Hearn, that's what you probably would have looked like. But on all seriousness, LeBron went on the Pat McAfee show, and he addressed a lot of this because LeBron had went on the Pat McAfee show and kind of said that Stephen A. Was going to be happy when he addressed this entire thing, saying that Stephen A. was going to go home and get his ice cream and you know what I'm saying, and sit in his tighty whities in his chair and be happy that LeBron spoke about it. And so I think that reading a lot of the comments with this entire situation, besides from the ridiculous statement that Stephen A. said he would have swung. This wasn't going to be no Chris Rock and Will Smith situation. He would have swung on him. Besides that ridiculous statement, I think that Stephen A. Smith missed the point of all of this. I think that he was very upset that LeBron did that interview. He made it a racial thing, which he acted like he didn't. By even bringing up Pat McAfee, that to me said something like they knew what they were doing. He's all of a sudden in Bristol or whatever, and he does an interview with him. You know what I'm saying? So that felt like a shot to me. You understand what I'm saying? And from what I understand, him and Pat have had words back in the days, in the past about different ratings and blah blah blah. So that felt like a shot to me. Second of all, I wanted to say this right here. When back in the day, I think that Stephen A. needs to understand this right here, and this is what he's missing a point at. Muhammad Ali didn't need Howard Cosell as much as Howard Cosell needed Muhammad Ali.
Facts.
Muhammad Ali could have had anyone.
That's right.
Now they made a great pairing. One, they became best friends.
Exactly.
And a lot of stuff. But let's not get it twisted. Muhammad Ali was the elephant. To equate what I'm trying to say to Stephen A. Smith so that and his followers, so they can understand this right here. When you go on a safari. We're going to see the hippopotamus.
That's right.
We're going to see the buffalo, the elephant. And if you always notice that those big game iconic animals, they have the little bird that's on the back of them. Well, those birds are there to clean wounds, to get ticks off of them, to keep the big guys upright. They're there for a reason.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? And the big guys tolerate them. They walk around with them on their back so that they cleaning stuff. They you know what I'm saying? But we're there to see the big guys. That's what we pay our money for. That's what we're there to take pictures for. And I think Stephen A. is mixing himself up with the big guy. You understand what I'm saying? You are necessary. That bird is necessary. That's on the back of that elephant. That's cleaning the ticks off. That's cleaning it when the hippo gets in the fight. You know what I'm saying? They clean the wounds and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? But now what winds up happening is when there are no wounds to clear up, that the birds start opening up new sores on them. And I think that that Stephen A. is that bird.
My God.
And I think that, he thinks that he's the draw. He thinks that we're there, you know what I'm saying? They'll pay $50,000 for that safari to see him. No, you need LeBron James. LeBron James is the draw. And he wouldn't be in his feelings if he didn't feel like, and I get why he feels like that. He feels like he has made a way for himself in media, and he has worked himself up on $100 million bag. So it's going to be hard not to feel like you are the elephant also. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for, you know what I'm saying, to not, how to feel like he is not Ali.
Yeah.
But you wasn't Ali. Ali didn't need you. This is a one-sided relationship.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We're there to see LeBron James. And your job is very important. LeBron needs to also know, too, that the Stephen A. Smiths of the world, the Wicked and the Beehives, we're here to talk about your brand, to make you more money. You made a lot of money because we sit around and we talk about your brand. We talk about how great you are.
Yeah.
We talk about, you know what I'm saying, even if you don't do something well on the basketball court, we still put it out there, but we're promoting you. So we are necessary. We are the voice of basketball to keep people interested. And that's all sports.
Yeah.
That's entertainment also. The same with these rappers. You tell me this all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're here to, we talk about a lot of rappers that have packed it in, that have went home.
Yeah.
We bring them out. We bring them outside.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying? Let them know that they're loved.
Yeah.
And tell people about, hey, hold on, there's a rapper named Mojo that first did it. There's a rapper named MC Shadi that first did it. Kilo Ali. You understand what I'm saying? So we broadcast, but Stephen A. has to understand that he is not LeBron James, and he wouldn't take stuff as personal as he does. I think that he is taking it a lot more personal than LeBron is.
Well, I understand exactly where you're coming from, Wick, but I don't quite ride with you. Let me out the car.
Okay.
Pull over. Okay. Let me out the car.
Okay.
Because see, Stephen A. ain't getting paid $100 million because he's a little butterfly on somebody's back. He's getting paid $100 million because he's an elephant in his own room.
Correct.
And he can talk about anybody other than LeBron James. LeBron James needs Stephen A. Smith to talk about him when it comes contract time as well. So when Stephen A. is saying LeBron is the greatest of all time, LeBron is bringing this to the game, LeBron is transcending the game, LeBron is crazy, then when LeBron goes in on them contracts, he said, you hear what he's saying about me?
He's not saying that, though. He's saying, he's talking about the old school players. He's talking about the Jordans and the Dr. J's. See, that's what LeBron is letting them know. Get over it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
The athletes right now, are LeBron said on the Pat McAfee show that y'all are saying that Giannis couldn't play back in the 70s and the 80s with Barkley. He said he had averaged 250 points. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The game has evolved, and I think that what LeBron is saying is that a lot of the current players are still lost in their generation. We all are. I think my generation's rap is the best rap. Point blank period. If you're gonna ask me what is, I'm not gonna say the 70s and the 80s when Kool Moe Dee and them was out. I listened to it, but I think it's from 90 to 2004. Goody Mob, Outkast, Ghetto Mafia. That's because I lived it. I have nostalgia from it. You understand what I'm saying? But the nostalgia is being made right now from the young kids, from what they are growing up on, and I think that's what LeBron is trying to say. Stop comparing the different eras of basketball and trying to compare me to. He feels like that when he first came in the league, everybody kept talking about, he was the next Jordan. Anytime any young player comes in the league, they can compare it to the next Jordan or the Magic Johnson or this, and that puts a lot of weight on their back. You understand what I'm saying? And instead of praising them for what they're doing right now. Stephen A. also was talking about the man as a father. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't doing.
In no way do I agree with what Stephen A. was saying. I feel like the things that Stephen A. was saying were totally out of line, and they weren't what needed to be going on at that time.
Right.
So it was like, Stephen A. is really doing a bit much when it came to, his criticisms of LeBron.
Correct.
So, with that being said, I believe that Stephen A. could do a better job of uplifting other players and also putting them in a better situation moving forward instead of going with the controversy off the top.
And that's all LeBron is saying right there. So I think we agree. We met at the same house, but we just took different routes to get there. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of think that's the point of LeBron. Because LeBron said we need, I don't have a problem with the Stephen A's of the world, excuse me, talking about what's going on the court. It's when you start making personal attacks against me off the court, calling me, pleading me as a father, you're not taking care of your household and this, that. See, that has crossed the line. And I think that we have to get back, the Stephen A. and people like Stephen A. They have a responsibility to not cross the line and make it personal, keep it on the court and keep it in bounds. You and I have always said that don't tackle me in the locker room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's an out of bounds for a reason in all sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes, these players, these podcasters, these journalists, they'll tackle your ass in the locker room in the parking lot. And that's kind of what LeBron's trying to say. That's a foul.
Do you think that if Stephen A would have went about it a different way, him and LeBron would have been able to see eye to eye without having to lock up on half court?
I don't think that, here's another thing too.
And do you think that Stephen A's old man strength?
So you want to play and stuff.
No,
Stephen A would have got his ass whooped.
Stephen A would have got it. You better watch out for that.
Stephen A would have got his ass kicked up in there. And we all know that.
You ain't seen Stephen A working out?
I saw 6'9", a 40-year-old that's still playing 30 minutes a game, averaging 26, 27 points a game, and cock diesel. That's what I saw.
One thing I will never do, Wick, is disrespect an OG.
Whatever.
It's called old man strength.
Whatever.
It's called adrenaline.
No.
It's called one last fight. Every old man has one more fight left
he had a chance.
And if he would have been saving that for LeBron, we might have seen some flash.
He sat his ass down when LeBron told him sit down. He sat right down. That's what the hell he did. He had a chance to do all that. He didn't do it. But like I said, man, I'm not lobbying for them to the fight. I think, God, I'm gonna leave it at this right here. Behind.
Me either. I don't want to see that.
Absolutely. We try to please everybody. We a lot of us wake up and we just can't accept that a person don't like us.
Yeah.
And we'll that'll turn into disdain for a person after a while, especially if you're trying to make them like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I stopped that a long time ago.
Yeah.
If motherfucker don't like me, they just don't like me. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go out of my way to try to make you like me.
Yeah.
And I think that these are just two people that just don't fucking like each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's okay. Mm-hmm. And I think to LeBron, it's all fun and games. I mean, he's a billionaire. He's living the life. I think that, Stephen A is taking it a little bit more personal. He was very hurt about LeBron going on Pat McAfee and the things that he said. If you watch both interviews, LeBron was, LeBron was upbeat about the entire thing, making jokes. You ain't tidy whiteies, you ain't ice cream.
Yeah.
Stephen A had a 17-minute rant, and it went personal again. He actually accused LeBron of not being at Kobe Bryant's funeral, and then had to come back and apologize for that. LeBron was at Kobe Bryant's funeral, but he didn't want the camera on him. He didn't want to make it about him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the people corrected him. That's how much vitriol he had for LeBron going on the Pat McAfee show. He said, then he turned the whole entire argument into, again, what LeBron was saying about him not being better than Michael Jordan. And LeBron's point is, who gives a fuck? I have done well for me and my family. I made $1 billion. You're turning me against Michael Jordan is what you're trying to do. You're trying to sow division by even putting that comparison out there. And then not only does that have a division between me and Michael Jordan, it makes people up under us like Beehive Wick have to choose a side. So now we're sitting here arguing. I'm in here arguing with my son and my nephew. They think LeBron is the greatest of all time, and I'm telling them now Michael Jordan. See, and it should even never been like that. Michael Jordan, celebrate him for what he did in his era. Celebrate Dr. J them for what they did in their era, and you celebrate LeBron James for what he did in his era, and move the fuck on.